apples, almonds, avocados, blueberries, broccoli, cauliflower, and peanuts. Raise your hand if you frequently consume any of the foods that I just mentioned. Okay. So according to the USDA, 1 out of every 3 bites that you take depends on bees. Bees, along with birds, bats, beetles, and butterflies, all pollinate our crops so that they can grow the food that we eat every day. And several of the foods that I originally mentioned are 90% to 100% reliant on bees for their success. And unfortunately for us, bees are dying at a very fast rate. So if you look at this chart here, in 1945, there were 5.5 million honey-producing bee colonies. And then in 2007, there were 2.5 million honey-producing bee colonies. So you can see that the numbers are rapidly decreasing. Here you can also see it just shows again that in 1947, there were 6 million hives. In 1980, 4.5 million hives. And in 2008, there were 2.4 million hives. So you can really see the decrease there. And then to put it a different way, in 2013, the U.S. lost 23.7% of hives, or about 15.7 million pounds of honey, which is a lot. So all of these deaths have been classified as a thing called colony collapse disorder. And there are several reasons that these bees are dying. So one of the main reasons is because of varroa and tracheal mites. And the varroa mite is more deadly than the tracheal, but they both do kill bees. The varroa mites transmit pathogens and suppress bees' immune response. And the mites are fairly large. If you look at your human body, it's like the size of a dinner plate. And on a bee, there can be several at one time. And if you think of yourself as having the flu or a virus, it kind of makes the bee feel like that. They don't want to go out and pollinate and grow our crops for us. So James Tew, a state specialist in beekeeping at Ohio State University, describes the arrival of varroa mites in North America as the biggest catastrophe to befall apiculture since its establishment in this country in the 1600s. So another reason that bees are dying is because of the use of miticides. And miticides are used to control the pests like the varroa mites. And while it might kill the mites, it does have a negative effect on bees. And some of these effects might be physical abnormalities, strange behavior, and increased mortality rates. So pesticides are killing bees as well. The pesticides are used to kill insects and other organisms. And there's currently a debate going on about whether the neonicotinoids, which is a group of pesticides that are chemically related to nicotine and they affect bees' nervous systems, are a part of the reason for colony collapse disorder. Many of these insecticides and pesticides that are used are banned in other countries but are still used in the United States. So there's also controversy about whether global warming is killing bees as well. The area where bees can survive is restricted, and they're not colonizing new areas fast enough to keep up with climate change that's happening. So you might be asking yourself, well, what can I do? The first thing that you can do is plant bee-friendly flowers. So for example, in spring, you can plant chives, or in the high summer, lavender and fennel. In the late summer, sunflowers. And you can go online and figure out what you can plant during the different seasons that also help bees. And secondly, you can not use pesticides because that is killing bees and they're really not needed for your plants. So I'll leave you with this. Imagine you go on a picnic and you don't have onions, peppers, or tomatoes, or blackberries for your blackberry pie, or peanut butter or jelly for your PB&J. You don't have lemonade, no watermelon, or no avocados to make yourself guacamole. So in order for us to get the food that we need, we must have bees. Just a few weeks ago, the U.S. put the bumblebee on the endangered species list. So take care of your planet and take care of your bees. Thank you.